What's going on, guys? My name is Lane. Today we're doing a Legends Fantasy Draft in Madden 20. We're still using the roster made by the Shocker 36, but let's start this fantasy draft, see if we can get a better pick than last time. We have pick number 31, so I guess not. I mean, I guess we have back-to-back picks, but that's really not saying much at this point. So do we go with a quarterback like Peyton Manning, maybe? I think we will. Let's get Peyton Manning on the team. Then we're going to have a pick 3 picks away. Yeah, 3 picks away. That'll make sense. Who is taken right before our pick? I want to see this. Joe Montana. Seems pretty good. Now, do we want to load up on the defense? Do we want to load up in the offense? I think we're going to load up the offense for good old Peyton Manning. So let's get Randy Moss on the team. I want to see what his speed is. 95 speed, 93 acceleration, 98 catching, 94 catching traffic. Seems pretty good. Now do we go with another receiver? Maybe a Jerry Rice? Maybe a Megatron like last time? Tim Brown, Terrell Owens is there. What about tight ends? Gonzalez is there. Interesting. I think we'll go defensive line. I think that might be the move right here. Do we go with the Bruce Smith maybe, and Simeon Rice is there? Let's go Reggie White at left end. Jared Allen is very tempting, by the way. I just don't know if I want to do that right now. Dave Waymer off the board, if you say so. Do we go with a... Okay, I was going to say, why didn't it change? Do we want to go with that, or do we want to go with Jared Allen and move him on over? I'm not really sure. Lawrence Taylor is still there. Interesting. Derek Brooks is there. Zach Thomas, Junior Seau. Charles Haley is very interesting. Let's go Rondé Barber. 24-year-old Rondé Barber, by the way. He used to be one of my favorite players when I was a little kid, and I'm not really sure. It might have just been because his name was Barber, which is a dumb reason. But I was a dumb kid. I was like 10? Maybe 9 or 10? I mean, you always have dumb reasons to like players at that point, unless they're on your team. Let's go with good old Michael Irvin. Seems like a perfect fit right across from Randy Moss, in my opinion. Maybe you guys think differently. Definitely let me know down in the comments below what players you want me to draft. Let's go. Maybe we beef up the offensive line just to start off. Go with a Jonathan Ogden. Why not? We need to keep our Peyton Manning nice and healthy. Don't want to have what happened to Andrew Luck happen to him. Or you could say what happened to him again. I could argue that very, very easily. So if you haven't watched this series before, we draft a team, sim the season, see if we make the playoffs, see if we can win the Super Bowl. Do we want to go? I don't know. I mean, we have a left tackle. Probably defense might be the best way to go. I thought Jawan Taylor was the best one left. I was about to lose my mind. Let's see. Dan Hampton, Simeon Rice is there. Peppers did great in our last one, so we're not going to do that again. Ooh, what about middle linebacker still there? No, all the good ones are gone that I wanted to get. Clay Matt. Ooh, lights out is there. That might be our next pick. Let's go D'Angelo Hall. I don't really want to pick Chris McAllister again. I picked him last time. No real reason to pick him again. What do we have for strong safety left? Darren Woodson, Bob Sanders, John Lynch. Not bad. I don't see anybody. I'm like, I need to have him on my team. London Fletcher? Like Keith Brooking? I'll go with Keith Brooking. Why not? At some point, though, I said this in the last Legends Fantasy Draft, we will do a Legends Fantasy Draft rebuild at some point, but I like doing fantasy drafts more than rebuild. Not more. I like the occasional fantasy draft along with a rebuild, just because you get more. You don't have to focus on like, oh, do I have to get this older player who's going to be gone in 2 years, stuff like that. I was always a big fantasy draft guy growing up, like all the time. I would even draft a team, play like a half a game, be like, I wanted this guy on my team. Let's just start all over. I do that all the time. Probably way too much if I'm being honest. Like there would be times back in like, I used to play NFL Fever a lot. I don't know if you guys even know what NFL Fever is on the original Xbox, where I draft a team and be like, oh, I wish I had Randy Moss. Okay, let's start over. Oh, I didn't get Peyton Manning. Let's start over. Just all the time. Basically like a psycho, if we're going to be completely honest. I'll throw it out there. Let's get Willie McGinnis on the team just because he's a Patriot, even though Holly was there, so that wouldn't have been a terrible idea. But how many of you guys did the same thing? Did you love doing fantasy drafts as a kid? I remember one time I was probably... I want to say 7 or 8. I'll always remember this moment. I was the biggest fool on earth. Not on earth, but it was a bad moment for me. I'll be honest with that. So one of my buddies was huge in the NBA. Wasn't a big NBA guy at the time. He's just like, he loved playing basketball. He's like one of the better. I must have been like 8 if I'm trying to think about it. He was one of the better like young basketball people. There are people like, he's going to go places, which he didn't end up going places, but so be it. But he's like, I can't wait for the NBA draft this weekend. And I was like, oh, I wonder where Kobe Bryant's going to go. Just the dumbest thing anybody on earth could possibly say. And I said it. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, what do you mean? Where's Kobe Bryant gonna go? I need to know. And it just like never dawned. This must have been, actually, it might have been a little bit older. When did Kobe Bryant get into the league? Wasn't it? I want to say it was. I have to look this up. Sorry about this. Kobe Bryant. While we do that, we need a right guard. Let's get Larry Little on the team. Wasn't it? Didn't he get drafted in like 98? Or am I wrong? 96. Okay, yeah. So I was probably 98. I was 8. 99. I was 9. Somewhere in that range. I was like, I wonder where Kobe Bryant's gonna go. And I just after he like told me about it, I just felt like the biggest idiot on earth. Let's get Barry Sanders on the team. I took Walter Payton last time. It was embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing that I, just admitted that on the internet. But who cares? I was young. We all say dumb things, period, but especially when we're young. Tony Jefferson is off the board. We do not have a right end quite yet. Mario Williams I picked last time. Dwight White. I want to get Dwight White on the team just because it's an interesting name. Such a name that he had to have got made fun of all through middle school, probably into high school. I could just imagine. Trust me, I know the feeling. My last name's Elaine. They gave me all kinds of crap. Let's get Crumpler on the team. Why not? 92 overall. I forgot about Crumpler. I got to be honest. He was at 669. I'd like to do a video where I have all the teams. This would take forever. I want to do this as a regular draft, but if I could try to get the whole, how close could I get to where they're like, I'll show you in 1 second. Let's get a center real quick. Nick Mangold. So on the left side of the screen, draft player. There we go. It says he's ranked 788 in true value. I drafted him at 543. How close could I get to getting that exact where they're ranked in order in drafts? I don't know. It'd be so interesting to find out. I'm probably going to do one round eventually because that will take a while, by the way, because I'm going to have to switch teams, do all this stuff. But eventually, I will do that as a video because I think that'll be very, very interesting. At least to me. Let's get Ed McCaffrey. Let's get Christian McCaffrey's good old dad on the team. I'm trying to think of what else we need. A defensive tackle, I believe we still have left. We're going to do about 22 rounds. I think I said that already. Joseph's gone. Interesting. Oh, we don't have any safeties? That's not good. Fitzpatrick's there, by the way. I mean, do I go with Jake Scott just because he's an older player? I guess that's what I'm going to do. That'll be a fine pickup right there. Now, do we go with a strong... O.J. Simpson's there. Did you guys see the video of him complaining that Andrew Luck retired like an hour and a half after he drafted him? Whoo, I would be scared out of my mind if I was Andrew Luck. Even if you think O.J. Simpson's not crazy anymore, which he's probably crazy. Let's be completely honest there. I don't know what just happened there. I thought I drafted him, but I guess not. What round are we in? Says we're in round 21. That's not always correct. Oh, no, it is correct. Why is it correct in this? It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. Let's get... I don't see anybody down here. Dexter Lawrence down here, though. Let's get Manny Fernandez. No idea who that is. That's another guy. I am going to look this up right now. Manny Fernandez. I found him. Well, professional wrestler. That's not what I was looking for. What? Thank you, I guess, but what are we doing here? American football. Jesus. I can't believe it actually did that. That's kind of funny. Let's get Morton Anderson here. Then we're going to let's find out where he was. He played from 68 to 75. No wonder I have no idea who he is. A 2-time Super Bowl champion. What team? He was on the Dolphins. Interesting. With Don Shula. Okay. Let's sim the rest of this. We drafted a 94 overall team, 99 offense, 95 defense. I feel like with Peyton Manning, Barry Sanders, Randy Moss, and Michael Irvin, we should make the playoffs this time. Let's find out. Somehow we got a wild card spot. We didn't win the division at 10-6. We're playing against the 9-7 Chargers. So, wow, the Dolphins went 11-5. Bills 9-7, the Jets 8-8. Very, very interesting. Peyton Manning 4,700 yards, 35 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Sanders 902, 14 touchdowns. Irvin 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Moss 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Crumpler 836 with 7. McCaffrey 522 with 4. On defense, Brooking 115 tackles, awesome. Sack totals 9.5 for McGinnis, 8.5 for Reggie White, 7.5 for Lights Out, 6.5 for Dwight White. I still feel like it just feels so weird to say that name. 2 for Jake Scott for interceptions, 1 for McGinnis, Barber, and Hall, and Hanks. Now, what do we have for safety count? We have 1 for White, we have 1 for Merriman, and 1 for Brooking. Touchdowns, D'Angelo Hall. Is Peyton Manning going to win that MVP? Patrick Mahomes is at 6-9-1 for the Falcons. And Peyton Manning's not even up here. What an absolute joke. Coach of the Year, we should be up here. We are number 7. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. He's not even up here. Defensive Player of the Year. Nothing. This game is such a joke sometimes. It aggravates me to no end. I'm going to upgrade our players. I don't have my XP sliders on, so we're not going to really get much for XP. We have Freeman on the team. Interesting. Can we beat the Los Angeles Chargers, get to the divisional round of the playoffs? Yes, we can. Can we beat the 13-3 Tennessee Titans? No, we cannot. They won 31-21. What a shame. Let's see. I mean, that's kind of close. Not really, but at the same side, like, ooh, wow. Terry Bradshaw, 173, 2 touchdowns. Manning, what happened? 210, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Lynch, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sanders with a touchdown. Peyton Manning with a rushing touchdown. That's what he's known for. McCaffrey, 52 yards with a touchdown. Welker, 51. Randy Moss with 50. Touchdown for Bruce. Touchdown for Reed. Nothing else. Let's go find out who's going to win the Super Bowl. How on earth did the Titans beat me, but then they lose to the Minnesota Vikings? Who's going to be their quarterback? Terry Bradshaw, 229, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Is it Matt Hasselbeck? It must be. 224, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Ricky Williams, interesting. 23 rushes, 110 with the touchdown. Lynch, 53, touchdown for Bradshaw. Receiving, Largent, 68 yards. Edwards, 65. Welker, 60. Touchdown for Marshawn Lynch and Isaac Bruce. But that is going to be it for this Legends Fantasy Draft. If you liked the video, give it a like down below. Make sure to check out my channel, subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.